Now we're back at MoDak Dairy, and today we're going to talk about the feed. It's January and it's cold out here. The wind is blowing and everything else, but every day the cows have to be fed. We're looking at some feed right here. This is what the cows get fed. We mix this up and get it fed every day. It's mixed up in this big mixer here. We put it in there. It's a big mixer. We put it in there, every ingredient, and it mixes it up there. We'll show you everything that goes into this feed that we're going to feed that comes out of that mixer. The pile right here is alfalfa hay. You think alfalfa is being green and everything. This is what's, we put it in a big pile and it ferments, and it's like you pickle it. And it turns brown, and it really smells nice and sweet. It's full of proteins and energy and fiber. The next pile we have here is the corn silage that we cleaned, we brought down off the pile and pile it up here. Would be corn that you see out in the field that's 10, 12 feet tall. It's green. It's put in a pile like we have here, and it's fermented the same as alfalfa hay is. Right now we're getting the silage loosened up to bring over and put on the pile for the day's feeding. You can see the big rake, we call it, where we loosen the feed up and bring down only what we need every day. If we don't do that, the feed will sit here and it'll ferment and get hot, and it'll grow bacteria for the cows. Every morning, this is the first thing they do, is come and loosen the feed up so it's easy to load up for the cows. We're going to show some of the different ingredients besides alfalfa hay and the corn silage that we put in the mix every day with the feed the cows are getting. First thing we're looking at is straw. After they combine the wheat out in the field, there's what we call the straw left over. We bring it in and we grind it, and it looks like this. We use the straw for fiber for the cow to keep their stomachs working. The next thing we have here is grass hay. Same thing. We bring it in because it's fiber for the cow's stomach, and they get a recommended amount of every different feed that we put in that mixer. The next thing we have here is cotton seed. This comes in a semi-loads, and it's what's left over after they take the cotton off the outside. The cotton boll is real big. Cotton seed, it's a little seed in the inside of it. You actually take this and it'll grow, but we give this to the cow for fiber and energy with the oil in it. Canola seed, this is what's left over after they make canola oil. Most of it comes out of the North Dakota and Canada and stuff, and we use it for the same thing, for a protein and energy source. What's left over after they make soybean meal or soybean oil. This is soybean meal. They take it and they crush the soybean. They take and crush the soybean meal or soybeans and make soybean meal out of it after they take the oil. They dry it down, and this is it's real high, and this is 48% protein. So it's real high in protein for the cows. The vitamins and minerals and everything that every once a week a nutritionist comes and takes all of our feed stuff and has it analyzed, and then he tells us what kind of minerals and everything and vitamins are needed. That's what's in here. They mix it up at a feed mill and bring it in here, so all of our vitamins and minerals are in here, and every cow gets a certain amount of this that goes into that mixer. This is what's made after they go and they take corn and they crush it and grind it and then crush the oil out when they have corn oil. This is what's left over after they make the corn oil that you see on the shelves, and this is a byproduct that we feed the cows for the energy needs. And this is actually corn. If you see corn, dried corn, it's like a little yellow kernel. This is corn we take and they fine grind it like flour So when the cow eats it, it goes into their stomach and works really good. It's just like if you were eating chocolate or anything, it goes and it really works really good in their stomach because they don't have to chew that corn down at all. That's why we use all the straw and everything else. This we want in there for all their energy. There's, on our big mixer here, there's actually a computer on board here that when they're going to mix up feed, it'll bring up the amount of feed for each pen that we need to feed, and it'll tell you whether it be corn silage or what you need to put on first. It'll keep going through that and go to the next one. You can see here it says soybean meal, tells you how much to put on. When you're putting it on, it goes to 0. It'll go to the next, it goes to wheat straw. Every ingredient is all measured on here from the loader and how they're measuring it. So we know exactly when we're putting on how much to be real exact with it. When we're done at the end of the day, it can tell us how much we've actually fed all the cows. What you're looking at right now is a ration or a feed mixing order and all the ingredients for a pen of cows. You can see all the different amounts that have to be put in, and you have to make sure that they're getting it. If you look at it, the pounds per animal is almost 120 pounds of feed per day. Okay. Right now we're in the office, and we're looking at a computer and the computer screen there, because every morning we come in and we adjust what we're going to feed the cows. We look at how much they ate the day before, and then we put it onto a key, and we take it and load it onto that big mixer wagon that we had. Every day the cows get pretty much the same amount unless they're eating more, than we adjust it. But if you look at we'll have the total ration and how much each ingredient is. The assignment would be to find out how much of every ingredient we're feeding, whether it be corn silage, soybean meal, or everything else. You can see how much every cow eats every day, and then go and add it up. If we feed 2,000 cows, how many pounds of each one of the ingredient will we be feeding, plus how many pounds total will we feed 2,000 cows. So you have separate in each one of the separate items where you're putting in, which would be soybean meal, corn silage, all that. Find out how much of each one we need, and then how much total feed every day we'd mix up for the cows to eat. That would be pretty easy for you to figure. So we'll be back on next month with something new and exciting to look at.